This conference will now be recorded.
Good morning, friends. Welcome to goonlinetrainings.com. So, yesterday we were talking about one interesting demo. So, the demo is very simple. You have to find out whether the source folder has a file or not. If the file is not there, you should not fail the package. Now, what happens? Yesterday we had created a demo. If the file is not there, it is failing now. It is logging into the table. But today, I don't want to, fail the package. So it is reading the data from the Amazon. Okay. I have one file today, now if I delete the file, the package is going to be failing. Now I don't want to fail it. So I would like to verify if the file does not exist. Check the whether source folder has files or not. If file does not exist, if file exists, load the data. That's what we're doing. But if the file not there, you should not fail it. Instead of that, you have to log into the log table and do a logging saying that the file does not exist. Else you have to, you know, do something, whatever you would like to do it, and move the file to the archive folder. So these are the things that I wanted to have it. So what I'm trying to do, I'm going to be using a .NET to verify whether a folder has file or not. Clear? So what I do, I go to the yesterday's demo. So this is loading data from if the file exists. Now, as of now, the file is there. It is now properly happening. There is no issue at all. Yesterday, I think we have created this. If the file is there, it is happening and it is also logging, right? It is also logging. There is no issue for you. It is loading the data. You can see the data. So what is the table name? If you wanted to see the table name, go to the destination. Now EMP new destination. You can say select star from the EMP new destination. This is the table name. So we should be able to get the data. Okay, so that is what we're going to be doing. So let me delete all the data and let me show you whether it is loading or not. So I have deleted all the data. There is no data in this. Let me simply execute this package. It's loading the data. Now 20 rows have been moved. Now you just go there and verify. So you have this data coming from this table only. It is working perfectly fine. There is no issue at all. The first row is any. The last row is, you can verify what is the last row. Manu, everything is happening properly. Fine. So you can just verify at least some of the random rows. Clear? It is working fine. There is no issue at all. Now, let me, if the file is not there in the folder, I would like to, if the file is not there, if I delete the file, if I delete this file, what it is doing? It is failing. So let me go to the logging table as well. I have created two tables. One is called one table. One is called logging table, and one more table it got created on its own. So what is the logging table I have created? This is the logging table got created yesterday and it was logging. So today it is also loading. Everything is successfully working. There's no issue at all. Now we could see, go to tables, a system tables. There is one more log table. This a ready-made logging table. I did not create. Select star from this table. You should be able to find out complete loggings. So this is the logging is happened today. Okay, you can see the date. Today is this date, right? So now it is happening. So here we have 24 records. Now the file is not there in the folder. The package is failing. When you go try to execute it, the package is going to fail. So it is going to be logging. So this logging is not happening because this is failed. This is not getting executed. Now in this you don't have any logging, but if you go, there is a logging. So we had a 24 earlier. Now 25, 26, 27. These are the new entries you could see on error. So if the event equals to on error, so this is the issue. The issue is cannot open. You can just copy this and paste it here. So cannot open the data file damazon.employee.txt. It is failing, but I don't want to fail this. I would like to check whether file exists or not. For that, I'm going to be using a script task. Okay, .NET scripting I'm going to be writing now. So this is going to be verifying. So let me create a few variables. So what are the variables that I would like to create? I wanted to create two variables. One is the path. Where is this file available? And one more variable to know whether the file exists or not. So I'm going to be creating two variables. Let me take the paint and explain. So what I'm going to be doing, I'm going to be in SSIS package, I'm going to be creating two variables. Okay. I'm going to be creating two variables. One variable is called as a file path. Okay. Where is the file available? So that is the variable name file path. My file is available. That path I know D colon Amazon slash the file is called txt. This is my file path. Okay. So my file name also I'm hard coding it here. So let us understand like this. Let me close this. Let me open one more notepad. So this is the path. Now I wanted to create one more variable. This variable is going to be having true or false. File exists or not. Okay. Exists. Is file exists is one more variable. By default, maybe false or true. You can give some value. This is one more variable that I'm going to be creating and giving some data there. So go to package. Now, before doing anything, simply you go create two variables. Click on the variable window, or you can say right click on this variables window. Now, there is one variable already created for the row count. For the row count, there is a variable created. I would like to create one more variables, two more variables. One is called file path. Okay, file path, which is a string. Now, the path you need to give clearly here. So this is the path Amazon. So make sure you're giving the path properly, perfectly fine. Then the file name is called this. I want to give the path. From there, it has to pick up the file. Now, I would like to create one more thing, file exists or not. So this is a true or false. Go up, Boolean. Boolean, you'll have either true or false. I'm going to be giving you false. Two variables I have created. One is called file path. Second one is called file exists or not. Okay. If the file exists, it will become true. If the file not exists, it will become false. Okay. So these two variables I have created. Now what I'm trying to do, these are created in SSIS. Now I'm going to be taking a script task. Now double click on this. Those two variables I am passing to .NET. Clear? Now I go to read only variable. The path cannot change. You say read only variable path. This is the read only variable. Now you take the syntax. You just copy. Now this is the user colon colon. Okay. So inside this you have this data. So file path is the variable. Now this is the data that has. Now this will be read only variable. The path will not change. Then read and write variable, I'm going to be giving this file exists or not. Okay. So this will be read and write variable. The next variable I'm going to be having this variable. Inside this, you have already a false. Clear? So what I'm trying to do, I'm trying to supply these two to the .NET. Clear? and click on edit script. Let me go. I am going to be supplying this to whom now? So I am going to be giving to the .NET. Script means what? .NET only script task I am using. I am supplying these two values from where to where, from SSIS to .NET. So this is a .NET I have opened. Now here I wanted to write some piece of code. .NET is going to be verifying and doing some code. Now what is the code I'm going to be writing? The same code I'm going to be explaining. So this is the code I wanted to use it. This is purely .NET code. Let me paste it here. So this is the code we're going to be using. Guys, are you clear? So .NET, even though you don't know .NET, no worry. All this code you can get it from the Google itself. Lot of things are available, small things, not very complex things. You simply copy this code, right? So you simply paste it in this, okay? But let me explain, add your code. So you need to, from here, you need to scroll down and within the main, you need to add the code here. So copy and paste. Now I'll tell you what we are doing. Only 3 lines of code. One is called declaring a variable. We are going to be declaring a one more variable. So where we are declaring here, the declaring is going to happen in the .NET. What is the variable name? Variable name is called X. That is step number 1. String X. This is how we're going to be declaring a variable inside .NET. Now, X is equivalent to, it is saying, whatever be the thing that you have it. So, I'm saying, whatever you have it. So, user file path. Okay. So, whatever you have it here, that is going to be coming double quotes and control V. I'm saying user file path dot value dot string. So whatever you have it in this path. So file path, whatever you have, the same thing is going to be coming here. That is the second one. Get the data from this, and that is now available within X. Clear? That is step number 2. Step number 2 is X is a variable. String X means it is a variable. Get the data from variable of user file path. User file path is this. This is going to be having this data. This data is going to come to X. Now, according to diagram, so whatever be the data that we have, that is now gone to X. Now, check whether the file exists or not. If the exists, return true, else false. Now, if you see carefully, what is that we are going to be doing? The first line is the declaring variable. Second line assign the value to X. Third line, this is the checking. Now there is a file dot exist function is going to be there. There is a function called file dot exist. This is my function. Let me draw differently. This guy name is called file dot exist. Okay. This guy is called as a file dot exist, which is going to go to X. What is X? X means this. So this guy is going to go to X. What is that? X means this. So whatever you have it in the X, it is going to be going there. File dot exist is go to X. X means this. So whether in the D drive we have amazon.emp exist or not, this guy is going to be verifying. This guy is called a function. So file.exist is a function which will go to X and verify. He will come to D drive now. He will come to D drive. He'll go to D drive and he goes here and verifies. Do we have emp.txt? It is not there. If it is not there, this guy is going to be returning false. Okay. If the file does not exist, file not exists, this function is going to be returning false. If the file exists, let me go. This is I have deleted. Let me restore the file. Now you have the file in this. If the file exists, this function is going to be returning is going to be returning one more thing. That is what is called true. So remember this point. What this function is doing, if the file exists, it is going to be returning a true, else it is false. So that is what I'm going to be doing in the third statement. If you see carefully, file.exist function is going to go to X. It is going to be verifying whether file is there or not. If the file is there, it is going to be updating user file flag. So my variable name is not a file flag. My variable name is file exists. Let me copy. Now here you have to give file exist. So the same thing you have to say file exist. Clear? So this function is doing the complete work. Now this function, I'm able to see some kind of an error here that is saying the file does not exist. Here we have to add one more library saying that using system.io. Okay. So this is one library I need to add it. So system.io, U small letter, S is capital letter, IO is the capital letter. So this one library you need to add, then this is gone, right? Now if the file is there, this variable will become true, else it will become false. Okay, I have only 3 lines of code. First line, declare a variable. Second line, get the data from the file path. Okay, that means whatever be the data that you have it here, from here, it is going to go here. Now later what is happening, this guy is going to be verifying whether this file exists in the given folder. If the file exists, you will be able to get some information, other you will be able to get some other information. That's it. So this guy is doing complete work. The guy name is called, the function name is called file.exist function. So this is a .NET code. This code is available throughout the .NET. Just simply you have to modify these, the variable names, and within the double quotes you need to supply. That's it. So copy paste the code. These are the 3 lines. If somebody asks, have you done any kind of a .NET automation scripting, so you can tell them that yes, whether in the given folder file exists or not. Okay, or whether the received file is today's file or yesterday's file. So a lot of scripting is available in your Google. You can just copy and paste. Many SSIS guys, they don't know .NET at all. They simply Google it. They try to understand, okay, this is one more variable, this is assignment. So they'll be telling the explanation of the code as well. So you need not worry about it. So that is what we have done it. Now coding is implemented. I had to write one more namespace here, save. Now always we say build the code, build code. Build means it is going to be verifying for the syntax issues. Build started, build succeeded. Everything is fantastic. Now close this. Now you go, click on OK. Don't cancel this. Clear? So if the file exists, then no problem. So I have to do like this. If the file exists, come this side. Now I am going to be writing an expression. So after giving this if expression, double click on this. I have told you, you can write lot of expressions here. Okay. Expression is, you go expression, you can write. Click on this to open this. File exists is equivalent to true. Clear? So that is what you need to write. If the file exists, that means it's true, you execute this. If the file is not there, you have to log. So logging, I can implement Control C and Control V. This logging only I am implementing here. If the file is not exist, you don't fail the package. You have to come here. So here I'm going to be saying double click on this, go to expression. Now click on expression dot. Open this, then say file exists is equivalent to false. File is not there. Okay. So if the file is not there, you have to implement a logging. If the file is there, double click on this, it is a true. It is false. You can see carefully, you can see this carefully here. right? So here the logging is for the failure. Let me say rename. It is failure logging, saying that the file is not there. This logging is success logging. If everything is smooth, you take the data from here and then you say logging also. This I have to give failure message. What is the failure message? This message need to be altered. So this is not the message I should be able to give. The message will be like this. It is a fail. Failed. You know, given file does not exist. Okay, does not exist in the source folder. Okay, so given file or the file does not exist, okay, or the source file, whatever you wanted to say. Source file is missing in the given folder, source folder. So it is failed because of this reason. The reason also I can specify. Copy this. Now there are two question marks. One is called uh, the logging table, the package name, and the second one is when is getting executed, that is there, and row count will be 0 because you are not going to be doing anything. Row count will be 0. Control C, and you should go to the package, and here you have to modify this message. Click on OK. Now before that you can say there are two question marks were there, package name and row count, everything is fine. Okay, if you go here the row count will get updated. Okay, if you directly come here, there is no row count. Row count is as of now 0. By default, row count you give it to 0. So row count 0 is going to come. Now, let me see, go to the logging. This log I have implemented. I have, these are the log. Let me say, let me delete everything. Okay. So truncate table, table name. Truncate means it is equivalent to delete, but it is faster operation. I don't have any data here. And let me also delete from this table. Clear. So now this is the one more table. If you wanted to delete everything, you can also say delete from this table as well. This logging also you can delete. Delete from the table name. I'm deleting each and everything. Okay, so I don't have any data. So here I don't have any data. And in the log table also I have truncated. And this SSIS log which I have created, but I have deleted the data. Let me execute from fresh. So save, and the scripting task is going to be validating. Okay, rename this. So validate the file existence. Okay, whether it is there or not. If it is there, you can say, you can write some annotations. Okay, right click on this, add annotation. If the file exists, you need to come this side. If the file does not exist, right click, add annotation, file not exists. So you're going to be logging. You're not going to be failing this package. Now save and run it. Now file is there. You have a file is there. Now it is going to be executing this. Okay. Now 20 rows are going to be loaded. Now you stop this, go back. You could see the data here. 20 rows are available. Now you can see this is logging, ready-made logging. So this is logging given by SSIS. So this is what is called ready-made logging we implemented. And this is my logging table. And here also the package got executed 20 rows success. Now what I do, I delete this file. I delete the file. Now what happens? I go and try to execute it. Now it is not going to fail. Instead of it is getting executed like this. Logging. So logging means this will not get executed because if the true, It is false, right? Go back and check. You're going to be seeing only the log. Failed source file does not exist in the source folder, something like this, and row count is 0. Clear? Like that, we can mention what is happening there. And anyhow, if this is getting executed and this is also being executed, there is no failure is happened. So every time scripting task is executing, loading, success logging, and failure logging is happening here, right? So failure logging means this logging is happening. So everything you can see, right? So, but there is no error in this. The error you are capturing on your own. So this is how you should be able to implement your own logging. If something is true, do else you do like this. Am I clear? Now you can go back and get the file. So let me, I have deleted this file. Where is the file now? It is available in recycle bin. Let me say and restore it. The file is going to go to Amazon folder. Now we have the file. Now every time what you need to do, you have to take the file. You have to move this file with the help of a timestamp to archive folder. So the file has to come here. So that is what is the next implementation. Clear? So that is also we have to implement. Take the file from there. Once everything is over, okay, once everything is over, you take the file from here and you have to move it. So after success logging, I have to move the file. To move the file, what we can do, we can go here and take what is called as a file system task, which is going to be moving the file from where to where you have to move, that locations you have to give. Move the file, okay, from where to where you have to move it. So from source destination is what, or destination connection is what you can give from here to here. It is going to be moving it. The source file connection is from the source employee, wherever you have the file, from there it's going to be moving it. Destination, where you want it to move. Can create a destination. The destination is called, I would like to move to this, to this, and going there and D drive and go to archive. Okay. So this is where I would like to move. That is what you can just give it. Now let me execute it. Let us check whether it is working or not. So now let me have, from Amazon it got deleted. This file now has been moved to this. Okay. Let me go back and show you once again. This file, let me cut, place it into Amazon folder. Let me go to here. Let me delete this. Oh, sorry. Let me go to archive. Let me delete. I don't have anything here. The file has to come here. The file has to come here. So whatever be the file that you wanted to have, that has to come here after loading the data. Let me change the data here. Instead of any, let us say Obama. Okay, I'm putting some data. So here, let me have, say Chiang. Some data I have modified. Let me go and delete all the data from the destination table. Logs, I'm truncating everything. Let me truncate. Clear? So I don't have any data anywhere. Everything I am doing it. Now let me run the package. Stop. Now you make sure you have the folder here, but you don't have anything in the Amazon. Okay, so I don't have anything here. Let me go and try to execute this. Now, everything is happening except a timestamp, right? Now let us verify the file data has been gone. You have Obama and Chiang, it's fine. File has been moved or not. Let me go to Amazon. It is deleted from here. It has been moved to archive. But what is not happening? It is not giving you a timestamp, right? So if you wanted to give a timestamp, you have to have some more expressions need to be written. What is the file and what is the file name? Everything you need to add. For that, you have to create one more uh, time stamp, file. So whatever you would like to have it, that we can have it here. So this is the what I am wanted to create. So now what I do, I would like to take my file to, let me create destination folder, or you can say archive folder, where I would like to move. So archive folder is always this folder, right? This is the archive folder name. Now I go. So this is the archive folder. I'm going to be using the timestamp file path. Okay. So this is the going to be giving me timestamp file name and everything. So archive folder name is this. I go here and write some expressions. Okay. So I'll say timestamp is going to be starting with the archive folder because the file has to come here. Then say plus double quotes and double slash inside the archive and file name. What is the file name? I say emp underscore. So this will be the file name underscore plus I have to get the get date, right? So this we were discussing. Get date is not going to work. So use the typecast function. So that is WSTR length. Okay. So all these things we have the other day done it, right? So I wanted to have substring. Let me control C and I wanted to give. So here I would like to say substring of from here I need to get the data from 1 to let us say 19. I would like to get not much more. You go there and verify it. You will be able to get and you need to replace because you're going to be having these. So I don't need the date and time. I need only the date. Then you'll say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 10 only needed. Okay. So if you don't need this, I would like to replace with like this. Or you don't need anything. So that is up to you. Or you can also, if you wanted to replace, you can say replace, open the bracket and close. What is that you would like to verify? I would like to verify that such this, and instead of this, I would like to have like this. So this is the thing you need to give control C and go control V. You should be able to get like this. And if you don't need the underscores, then you can say like this. Now, this is the thing. Control C and control V. Let me show you what we are getting now. We are getting like this. 2020 employee and file name at the end you need to get a .txt, right? So plus, so here you need to say txt. So at the end you have to have like this. So .txt you need to add it there. Control C. Sorry, this I don't need. Simply Control C. You go back and Control V. Okay. you will be able to get like this. And you can make lot of dynamic, even file name can be dynamic, lot of things can be make it dynamic. So as of now, I have given, so this is the path, I would like to use it here. So when you go there, so I'm giving source connection is this and a destination. So you have rename or something will be there, right? Rename or remove folder. Let me move file here. I'm going to be making it a path destination variable. So here I would like to add a timestamp folder. Okay. So I have to take the file from here and move it to this. While moving it, so it is going to be doing like that. Let me save. Yeah. Hello. Somebody is planning to ask something. Okay. I'm not able to hear you. So yeah, please mute. Hello. I cannot hear you anything. Yeah, I cannot hear you anything, guys. You can just, chat, type the message in the chat window so that we can read it out. So that is what we're going to be doing. Now the same file is going to be placed in the archive folder. Archive, I have EMP now. Let me cut this, place this into Amazon folder now. Now you have something in Amazon folder, but you don't have anything archive. Now let me go and delete all the data. You don't have any data anywhere. Now try to execute this. Okay. Now the data has been moved. Where is your data? The data is coming to this Obama, and the logging is happening. Everything is success. 20 rows have been moved. Now this is also fine. It is ready-made logging. Now, when you go here, now from the Amazon, the file is missing now. The file is reached to archive like this EMP 20200707. So this file has been moved. Tomorrow, you may get any other file. So tomorrow you will be able to get, if you need the time as well, you should be able to increase this. So if you need time also, if you wanted to have it, instead of having 10 here, you can just put 19. Clear? If you have 19 here, so what is going to be happening? You just go to the variables and go to the timestamp. Now, you should be able to evaluate expression. You should be able to get this as an output. Okay. Now, when you have a colon like this, no file is going to be supporting colons, right? So this you need to replace. So you need to say one more replace, open the bracket, and so here you put comma, and wherever there is a colon, you replace with nothing and close the bracket, then plus txt. So this is the thing that you have to place it there. Just go back and remove this and copy paste, and you can say evaluate expression. Now see this, control C and control V. Now this is what we have done it. So there is a colon, the colon is gone. Now you should be able to have. Then if you need underscore in between also. So this is what we're completely automating it. There is a space here. If you wanted to remove the space and put underscore here, you need to write one more txt. You need to again say replace, open the bracket, and go to the end, put comma. You know somewhere here, right? Put the comma. You need to here look for the space wherever there is a space. Now here look for the space comma, there put underscore and you close the braces. plus you can have plus txt. Now let me control C, go back. Now let me delete everything. Let me have evaluate expression. Let me have it here. Let me go back and show you what is this now. So we had a space here, the space been deleted. So this is the complete, in which time this got processed. Okay. Let me take one more file and give it to you. Let me take the same file, copy, go to the D drive and place it there. Let me rename this file as a EMP and let me change the data also. I have 20 rows, right? Now let me take so let me give from 21, 22, some data, 23, 24, 25, something like this. I would like to have it. Okay. So let me have the new data. I say Modi and I say Varun and say we have Aman, Mamit, Kiran. Okay. Some data I had given, so it's 25. Now this file, the latest file, I got it. And the latest file is available in Amazon. Already one file we have processed, that file is here. So this is having 20 rows. Let me go and executing this. Let me close this. Okay, so click on the start button. Now the next file is also getting processed. Now when you go to D drive, now Amazon is not having any file. Clear? So the file is archived to this. The second file is this. Now in the second file, you can see 21, 22, 23, 24. The first file you have this much of a data. Clear? So now the total data is available in this. Now you can see the complete data 21, 22, 23, 24 is here. Like that, whenever the data comes, it will be here. Even though you run the package next time, even the file is not reached, you can simply execute this button. It will tell you that it is failed. Clear, the file is not there. You can simply go there and what is the issue? The same thing you will be able to get it. So three times got it, two times got executed. First time 20 rows, 5 rows. Now you have 0 rows. The file source file does not exist in the source folder. So that is how you should be able to get something and implement. Clear? Now, if you see carefully, whatever be the file that is available here, the file is what the file we are having always, we are having an employee file, right? So let me take this file or any file. This one file again is going to come with the new data. The file name should not change. Okay, the file name should not change. So again, you will be able to get a new file. So this is the file you're going to be processing. Clear? So whatever be the file that is available here, now the same file we have hard coded. If you see this, the source file is hard coded. So this is my source employee file. When you go, this is now hard coded. So the same thing you can also have it in the variable and you can have it. So I think we have few variables, right? The source file is file path. It is also there. So this we can supply to this guy dynamically. So this is always static connection, right? If you wanted to make something dynamic, this is a static connection. Okay, if you wanted to make it dynamic, simply you go right click on this properties, go to expressions, and I'm supplying the path via variable. Dynamic means I'm supplying the path via variable. Go to connection string. Now you go click on dot dot dot, whatever be the file path you have, drag and drop. Okay, from this file, whatever be the connection. Okay, so whatever be the way, path you have, you take it from there. For example, now we are getting the data, so it is done. We are getting the data from Amazon D drive. Tomorrow, it is not the path. The path is something else. For example, this file is going to be placed in some other folder. For example, let us say temp folder. So in temp folder, you should be able to get this file. So where all you need to change it? You have to go to the package only, change it to source. Sorry, change it in the file path. Okay. So here you need to say D drive temp. Only here you need to change. That's it, nothing else. So now the same connection you will be able to have it here because it is not no more static connection automatically, which is going to be taking the now it is showing amazon.emp.txt. Now since it is giving me the the path is having temp, it is going to be having a temp. It is getting the data from the temp. Okay, let me execute. So if you give a connections or the paths in a folder, so you need not have the path everywhere. So everywhere you can use the variable and configure it. Once I had given the variable here, and once more I had given the variable in our timestamp as well. From where I have to read the path. Clear? In the timestamp also I have given. If you see carefully, the path it is going to be taking from the somewhere else, right? Are we taking anything? No, it is not there. Now let me save and execute this. Okay. Now it is reading the data from where? It is reading the data from D drive. When you try to go and execute, now if you see carefully, i- now it is telling me the path is a temp. Have you seen this? This path automatically it has taken because I had made it dynamic. Your paths can be made it dynamic. You can declare a path, create a path, and the path can be implemented to this guy or any other guy as well. Clear? And now you can see the archive. The data is now, this is the latest one. Now these many things have been again loaded. All of them can be maintained like that. Clear, guys? So this is what is the good demo. So you can practice without fail. Otherwise, you cannot do in simple, in one attempt. You will not be able to do that. So what are the things we had done it? So all of them we had done it. Right? Check whether the source folder has files or not. If the file exists, load the data from that file to the destination and move the file to the archive folder by adding a timestamp. And the file does not exist, log the details into a log table. Clear? So, and we had also implemented a logging facility. Clear? So in every company, whenever you get the files data, then they'll ask you, how are you, doing the process for the files? You can tell them that we have a source folder and the files will be moved from the different application. Okay. SAP people, mainframe people, if you have, those people are getting the data from the mainframe service, dumping into a .txt files. All those files are going to be dumped again to the shared folder. From there, I'm taking all the files. If the data you have in the file, I'm going to be moving the data to the data warehousing. The same file will be moved to the timestamp archive folder by adding a timestamp so that you don't leave the file in the source, because if you have the same file and if you try to implement, you may get the duplicate date. Clear? So that is how we are implementing. If you need what the file got, last month, what is the files we have received, what was the data in it. If you wanted to see, you can go to the archive and verify the data of the file against your data warehousing data if you wanted to verify something there. Clear? And but the source folder will be always empty after processing it. So all these things we had implemented. Now practice this, and if you get any question, please ask me without fail. Thank you, guys. Any questions?
Hey, Bhaskar, if the source is like different, like if the extension is different, Excel or something, can we still do the
Yeah, you can
dynamic?
have. See, if you wanted to have Excel, see, as of now, I have taken as a TXT, right? So if you get Excel, then you need to take this as a Excel. But if you have one file is a TXT, one file is Excel, one file is XML, one file is raw file. I wanted to get the file and accordingly I wanted to do it. The answer is it's very, very difficult to do that. Okay. But we can have two data flows. So we can have two data flows or three data flows. One data flow, you can have it for Excel. One data flow, you can have it for TXT. One data flow, you can have it for XML. So you can have some scripting task or something here. If the extension is .txt, call the first data flow, right? So here when you go, it will be taking the data from here. If the extension is .xls, it is going to be taking the it'll be calling the second data flow. Clear? Else you need to have one more data flow called XML. You need to create three data flows, and all the steps are again as it is. Only this will change. Drag and drop Excel here. So row count will be there. OLEDB destination is there for the first data flow. Second data flow, instead of flat file, you're going to be having Excel. Clear? The paths we have to give dynamically again. So the path you are given dynamically, right? So this is the path you have to given dynamically. To give the path dynamically, you have to go to properties window, click on expressions, click on dot dot dot. The path you need to store it in the variable. So you need to use connection strings. Go there and drag and drop the source path. That file, the variable you can drag and drop. You need to supply like this. Clear? So if you have different source files, with the help of one data flow, you cannot achieve. It is very complex. Okay. If you want to do perform this, what you do, you read the source file, and get the last three digits. If it is a txt, call the first data flow. If the last three digits are four digits are xlsx, then call the next one. If it is xml, call the next one. If it is a .raw, call next one. Something else, you have to create 4 to 5 data flows, and you can use if and else. Okay, you can create some .NET script and read the file first and get the extension, and you can say create one variable. You can write like this. If the variable is equals to, you go and write like this. If it is equivalent to say dot txt, so then you call this. Else you call this like that. You can create a lot of expressions that we can implement. Okay, but not in one data flow. Okay, very good question.
Okay, thank you.
But the format was also will be different for all different source, right?
Format means you are getting employee data, right? The employee same columns have to be there. Otherwise, you need to have again different destinations as well. Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Because the way it is written in text file versus Excel.
So that you need to remember. If the columns are different for each and everything, then you can have different destinations. But only thing is that the same data is going to come. One day they may be sending .txt. The same data you may be getting tomorrow in XLS. The column names not changing means you can have the same destination.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And what if we are getting thousands of file in the same folder?
That is what tomorrow we'll discuss. Okay. If you get
Okay.
thousands of employee 1, employee 2, employee 3, or you can say employee New Zealand, employee India, employee Japan,
Right.
employee America, if you get thousands of files, that is where we're going to be looping the files one by one, one by one, one by one. So that is what
Yeah,
is the
because
topic for tomorrow.
okay.
Thank you guys. Bye bye.
Sir, Bhaskar sir.